Hi you guys again. So you just took the notes on 6 trig functions. I need to just say right up front, when I used the word inverse, I was meaning multiplicative inverse. I should have said the word reciprocal. So please, whenever you're thinking of these, just think of the upside down, right? When you flip a fraction, it's absolutely reciprocal. I apologize. So let's get going on these couple of examples we have. If I have a triangle, just a right triangle, okay, remember the side that is opposite the right angle is always the hypotenuse. You always need to have an angle that is referred to. So if I say that this angle right here is theta, then from theta, this one over here is opposite. It is completely not touching it. It doesn't form it. This one here is your adjacent because it's connected. So remember, if we're doing our basic functions, it's SOHCAHTOA, and you would write that as sine theta equals opposite over hypotenuse. Cosine of theta equals adjacent over hypotenuse. And of course, tangent of theta equals opposite over adjacent. So now the next part, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this up, draw another triangle, and do the actual numbers. Okay, here's my right angle. Here's theta. I'm telling you that this side right here is 17. This side here is going to be 15. And this side here is going to be 8. So if I'm talking about theta being right here, this angle, then this is my opposite side. It's all the way across the triangle. This is my adjacent side because it's connected to my theta. And then this, of course, is always your hypotenuse. So basically what we're going to practice today is just writing all 6 functions. So if I ask you to write sine of theta, you're going to write opposite, which is 8, over hypotenuse, which is 17. Again, it's just a fraction. Cosine of theta is equal to the adjacent over the hypotenuse. And our third one being tangent of theta is equal to the opposite over the adjacent. That's it. That's how you do those 3. Then if you do the other 3, remember the reciprocal of sine is called cosecant. So cosecant of theta is 17 over 8. The reciprocal of cosine is called secant. So secant of theta is the reciprocal. That's upside down. And then the reciprocal of tangent is cotangent of theta equals 15 over 8. That's all you need to do for this first section. We're just practicing our 6 functions and figuring out what's what. So we're going to do another one with some numbers that aren't quite as easy, but you'll see where it comes from in a second. So for my second example, I am going to have one of the sides not marked, and you're going to figure it out using the Pythagorean theorem. That's why we reviewed it the other day. So if you recall, the Pythagorean theorem is a squared plus b squared. Those are the legs. And it's going to equal c squared. So here, a is 3, b is x, c is 9. So we have 9 plus x squared equals 81. X squared equals 72. Okay, when we take the square root of both sides, that's going to reduce down to 6 times the root of 2, because 72 is the root of 36 times the root of 2, which gives you 6 root 2. So now I can go here and label this 6 root 2. Then you do exactly the same thing you did before. You find the sine, the cosine, and the tangent. So sine of theta is opposite, and here it's opposite, so it's 6 root 2 over the hypotenuse is 9, which you are going to have to reduce that because both 6 and 9 are divisible by 3. So it's going to be 2 root 2 over 3. Cosine theta is going to be the adjacent over the hypotenuse. Again, you're going to have to reduce that fraction. And then tangent of theta is your opposite over your adjacent. Again, you'll have to reduce. That'll be 2 root 2. The other three reciprocals, okay, are going to be cosecant of theta. You're going to do the reciprocal, which will be 3 over 2 root 2. You have to rationalize the 2, so that ends up becoming 3 radical 2 over 4. Next, you will do, so that's here. Then you'll do the next one, which is secant theta. That's just going to be 3 because it's the reciprocal of 1/3. And then finally over here, cotangent theta will be the reciprocal of 2 root 2, which is 1 over 2 root 2. Remember, you'll have to rationalize it, so you multiply the top and the bottom by root 2. Then this becomes a real 2. Okay, and you end up getting the cotangent of theta equals root 2 over 4. That's it for today. Okay, good luck. The assignment's posted on Edmodo.